Hello and good day to all of you. I hope we're doing good. You found the right video for YouTube, so don't click off it. It is the right one whilst you're eating. Could we have a little chat? This is the home. This is home. So, baby life, man. Whew, none of you parents were lying. There's hard, and then there's hard. Whew, we are on hard. Even just to make these videos per day is flipping tricky. That's true. So it's very busy, very tough. But I'm still really excited to do it. I look like I'm about to head out. It's because it's cold in this studio, and I haven't had the time to warm it up. We have Max today for the GBB25 elimination. I'm official judge, and I have my notes from the live. Let's get the judge cam on the screen. Let's analyse the video. Let's enjoy it, because Max is a really sick beatbox artist. And I'll tell you where I ranked him, and I'll tell you where he officially ranked, and we'll go over some of the talking points. We'll try to analyse. And I'm ready to hear the comments. I'm also eating porridge. Allow me. Hadn't had time. And that's that. Big up Swiss Beatbox. The original link's going to be in the description. Go show it some love. And let's get into this. I'm genuinely excited. Okay, let's go. I'll try my best not to pause again. And talk after. It's just normal. Yeah, okay.
Max from Israel on you right here live in direct. GBB25 live in Tokyo. I say the schloss, you say the stem, and the hat. Schloss! I've been trying to keep you close. I've been trying to keep you close.
I like that.
I've been trying to keep you close. I've been trying to keep you close.
He's playing with the dynamics. Oh!
I've been trying.
Yeah, nice.
I've been.
I will say, it's dangerous to ask people to put their hands up. It should be something that happens naturally sometimes, just because it removes this kind of force energy. Well, that is true, but I consider this pretty smart from Max, because we know the room. It's quite a hard one to sell. The crowd are listening. They're very analytical, and they're not explosive in their energy. Max is smart enough of a beatboxer to know that, and to know how to change that, and to think about changing that. Actually, I want to give credit to Max. He's quite an experienced beatboxer for the smaller amount of time he's been around, because he has a lot of maturity in the way he does his stuff. Like, he took a pause before it even begun. I liked that. And also, and by the way, just doing these things once you've heard me say them, it doesn't mean you're mature. It's, you need to interpret how to do that in your own way. Max has done that. And like I say, he's getting the crowd to be involved at some facet in the middle of the set. And it can be hard because you're trying to think about what you need to do with your mouth next. I like that from Max. All right.
Whoa. I've been trying.
Nice.
I've been to keep you close.
Hold on. That was tough to hold on to.
GBB, I'm still here.
All right. That's not what's done.
I don't know what other people say about me.
I love this.
But I know that I keep on. I don't know what people say about me. So that I keep on moving.
Wow. Immense control, man.
Keep on moving.
Best bit.
Everybody. I don't know what the people say about me. Do 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 do. But I know that's God gonna say. Time.
I can't remember the lyrics you said, but I don't know what people say about me. All I know is that, and then that's the end of the lyrics. I'm not captivated by those lyrics before I forget. So that's one thing. Now, I've got loads of analytical points about Max and this one. So the first thing I want to do is deliver some gold. Okay, so this is gold for me, for Max, for you guys, because I figured out something. Sometimes when I analyze the beatbox, it can be really hard to go against the thought because it's only an opinion. So I think the most validated part of my thoughts is if I can back it up with tried and tested or been there, done that, I guess. So I found something for Max that I think would change it. I need to listen to this again. Hold on. Let's listen to this just without Judge Cam.
Everybody.
Okay, so it's like I can't do the bass. But like so he goes like okay. Now this is the beat. This is it. I've had beats that landed like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 when in theory they're a 9 or 10 out of 10. Listen, Max. Listen, mate. This beat hits a flipping 10. I know it's a 10. I know. Why doesn't it work? Because if he did that to you and the person stood there outside the shop or in a circle with other beatboxers or even in a video, whoo! Right, why doesn't it work? Okay, that's the thing. You need to know that 9 or 10s will become 6 or 7s on the stage. It's something that you need to learn before it happens. So let's deep dive a bit why it didn't land so much, or as much as it should. It's too intricate for the crowd. That's step one, especially the pre-drop with no drums. It's like... Right, so there's no leading drums. That can be tough. So what we need to be able to do sometimes is play to the crowd, the dumber IQ. That's fine, but you can embrace it. And another thing that's really important is that everything is it's more sensitive on stage than it is in person. You can, especially when you, another thing as well is when you, there's an online scene for beatbox, by the way, for the people that do or do not know. I'll just reinstate that. There was TeamSpeak, there was Ventrilo, there is Discord, and there's communities and a lot of people, and there's an entire style based off of online beatboxing. And to blow people's minds, you need to truly be outstanding from the raw. It's an entirely different kettle of fish when you're on the microphone. You need to be able to allow simplicity to thrive. And Max is one of those beatboxers that's way better than the standard thriving level. So, we need to find out a middle ground that an artist can get on board with and fall in love with. Den did a couple of these brilliant things where Den did these more simplistic ideas that he could go further than, but he didn't. He kept it conceivable whilst doing it perfectly, pretty much. So right, he does this one beat with this combo, so, and he goes, no, it's like, he just does a, and it's mental. And here's, yeah. Yes, I'm getting there, I'm wording it. Right, you don't want to overload people with many tricks. You can't do that on the mic, on the stage. People want every single crazy little idea to be embraced to the maximum. Like I say, it's sensitive, so something that's cool is overinflated. He does a it's just right, and it's mental. It's his thing. 30% of the crowd know that's his thing, and 70% of the crowd get to enjoy it because it's simple and it's a brand new trick. We cannot go, right. Max is not doing that, but what I'm trying to say is you can't overload people. You know, it's sensory overload. When he did the, he already leveled it up to the band. We don't need to level it up yet because people haven't heard the trick yet. The band. We can play on that in a way more simple method and then slowly build and level it up. He could go bring it back, something like allow the trick to stand out more. So I think he tried to do too much than he needed to. It's hard to know that people are going to really enjoy simplicity on the mic, but his combination is enough. It would have been like if he kept it more simple, everyone would lose their minds more. And I don't know why it's that way. I can't explain it, but it's something I've learned when I've made my beats. And I can make the most hyper nerdy beats literally in the world. Like, quite literally in the world. However, to show them on the mic is not the answer. Or you need to re-nurture it in a new way. And that damn sounded so sick. Like, in terms of his whole dynamic range on the mic, that one was one of the best ones on the mic. Here's what I want to also say about Max. I just want to be honest, I think Max is in the world of beatbox, I think he's one of the world's best at melody selection and creation. He finds some of the world's best things, in my opinion. And for that, I'm always interested to hear Max. From the get-go, I'm a little bit giddy to hear what he's decided to make for us. Okay, I'm going to look at my live notes. So the first thing I wrote is, I can't believe this is, of all of them, this is the one we talk about this. So I wrote this. I was sat in the judge panel and I wrote this live. Weird to hear a song and judge it without getting the chance to rehear it. That's, you know what? I've just done the whole circle. That's not the best idea sometimes. So he's shown us what I think is a new song at the start. Amazing track. But there's too many pieces of info that I haven't been able to digest. So maybe bringing in a couple of tricks that we know from you as an artist, or, I don't know, it's tough. You have to really make sure it stands out with balancing the right amount of tricks, right? The thing I said earlier. But yeah, it felt weird. I had to hear the song and I don't get to let it simmer. I don't get to find out if the melody sticks in my head or some combos are genius. I only at once judge it. So I just decided in that moment that's a bit hard. Little mild in energy. I wrote this. This note is super important. Check this note out. I wrote, little mild in energy, looked up and seen hands. I think he asked them. Crazy. So I predicted, I must have wrote something. I looked up and the hands were up. And I predicted that he must have asked them. Even though I didn't hear him ask them, so he must have done that. in which he did, in which I was right, validating the claim of little mild in energy. That's true. Max, if you're watching, Beatbox, mate, you're nuts, bro. But there is actually one thing that could have been done better, and that's a pretty universal thing to like. That's true. Is to be able to move from the stage in the different positions, because you can engage certain areas of the crowd. Like there's different parts of the crowd, and to orchestrate them from one spot can be tough. So a little bit more moving and a little bit more believe in yourself. We need these things. We do. We need them in this high profile moment. So in other words, I wish, or we wish, that Max basically just turned up more ready to kill it. Just a bit more ready. I wrote in the notes a little bit fast in tempo at one part. I don't remember it here. Maybe it was the pre-drop of the bandom. Anyway, that's the end of my notes there. But I'm not done. The things that went well for Max is that he actually has potential sounds that thrive on a microphone. Like his snare play and his basic drum kit sounds really rich. Like he's a really, really nice beatboxer. Like pretty standout. It's just it didn't translate on the mic again, similar to Steady and Pono, where these guys, their volume level and the energy level, the dynamic emit was a little bit not there compared to the other people. I'm not 100% sure why. Now my final point, and this is the Dlowest point of them all. So I've tried to be objective and I've tried to be general with the other ones. This one is just my opinion, just my thought, my 2 cents. So this is the reason that Max can hate me, or you guys can hate me because we disagree, and that's fine. Like, I've learnt to realize that we all disagree. I've been there. I listen to people and I think, you're wrong. Why'd you hate my song? You clearly don't like my stuff, so I dislike yours, or I dislike you, you know? Well, the world is the world, isn't it? And the ocean's wet. I just want Max to show off. Simple as that. I don't want to hear him locked into a song. I already know he's a great songwriter, and he did 2 song-esque things. I just want to hear this bloke rip through the mic and show off all his tricks. Do you ever catch yourself wondering, why are beatboxers so much better than what they show in that big moment on the stage? It's because we feel forced to lock ourselves into writing a track or a routine. I just want to hear this guy show off that crazy combo into that crazy combo and just walk across the stage and dominate it with all the coolest drops and tricks. Sometimes that is just the way to get the energy out for people. So that's my little Dlow advice. That's all. That's just want to see him kill it more. I just want to see him turn up and go, I'm going to fucking to this fucking shit. And he goes, and he just keeps going. Like, that was not even a bad little impression of the sound palette, kind of. Yeah. And also, it's just, if it doesn't mean anything, this guy's a proper cool guy. I love Max. Honestly, I do. He's sick. Love him. Yeah, so my rank was 14th and his rank ended at 14th. So I agree, we correlate. I personally bracket it the same as as Pono and Steady, where the dynamic didn't hit as much live. I just thought he was the best of the 3 because the song, I like the song a bit more, and also I just think he did have a few more sounds that landed and combos that worked on the mic a bit more. So yeah, that's my breakdown. I need to leave to be busy again. Have a good one, everyone. I'll see you for the next tomorrow. That's going to be King Inertia, I believe. I'll be a big talking point, so see you there. Goodbye.